Hi guys, it's Hot Mess Mama. It's Monday, so that means it's a Hot Mess Mama Monday. Woo woo, bring it on, right? So it's 2 o'clock and I am trying to keep to my schedule of doing my 2 o'clock broadcasts every Monday. And today I wanted to say, gosh, it was a great weekend, wasn't it? I mean, it was St. Patrick's Day and I'm sure we had birthday parties and all that kind of stuff. And so when I was at this birthday party, I had kind of this, I don't know, a thought. This thought came into my head. And I guess it's something that's been kind of on my mind. I'm sorry, my hair is really bothering me right now. It's something that's been on my mind for a while now. You know, we keep seeing in the news every day of all of these school shootings or these mass shootings. And like gun violence is so prevalent in our society right now. So, you know, and I've got young kids. I've got a 2-year-old and I've got a 6-year-old. And so I'm thinking to myself, you know, they're seeing this. I'm sure they're seeing it or hearing it, at least like through osmosis. Kids are very perceptive, right? And so as much as you want to try to hide this stuff from them, it's going to creep into their world when they're doing, you know, these drills at school when there's an active shooter, right? And what they're supposed to do when there's an attack. And so it's going to become more of their everyday. But so we were at this birthday party this weekend, and it was interesting. And they were opening it was a boy's birthday party. It was my son's friends, you know, the 6-year-old, and they're opening up all the presents. And there's all sorts of toys that were like, you know, Nerf guns and ninjas and like, you know, same toys that we grew up with. I mean, in a sense, right? Like it wasn't anything different than what we grew up with. But what struck me was, like it never struck me before. It was, wow, like our kids are playing with guns, like toy guns. And I know they're just toy guns. And I never thought twice about it before. You know, I mean, like my kid's got 1,000,000 Nerf guns, you know, and believe me, I have to hide them because I don't even want them to like get I don't want to be picking up any more of those Nerf bullets, right? But he's got Nerf guns. And I think on his birthday, he probably got 3 or 4 of them, right? And then like, even like at the dollar store, lights up. My daughter loves this thing. They love it. They love pointing at each other, running around, playing cops and robbers, and we all did it. We all played cops and robbers when we were growing up, right? Or cowboys and Indians with bows and arrows and, you know, pistols and stuff. So like, we as kids always grew up with, heck, we had squirt guns. Remember, like everyone had a squirt gun, right? And no one ever thought twice about it. Or we have the Master Blaster, you know, shooters that shoot the water. So it's like, it's so prevalent, and every kid grew up with it, right? So, but now that all of this is happening with all of these school shootings, are we supposed to rethink that as parents? Are we supposed to maybe not offer these toys to our kids or not allow them to play with them because they're glorifying the use of guns, right? So like, but how do you take something away that's kind of such a quintessential part of being a kid, and that like you may not want your kid to have them, but he's going to go to their friend's house and he's going to play with them there, right? Or like, how do you not play with the squirt gun in the summer? They're everywhere, right? Or the Master Blaster that you have at the swimming pool. Like, I just feel like, how do we as parents strike a balance between explaining to our kids how to respect real guns and that they're not toys and they're not to be played with and they're not to be funny because they're deadly and they can kill people or really hurt people, and that they are to be respected and not be played with, right? You all hear those stories about these kids that get into their mom and dad's gun safes and are playing around with these guns and killing each other on accident, right? So how do we teach kids to respect a live gun, but be okay with playing with a toy gun, right? Which now look a lot alike, like, right? And so how do you tell them, like, it's not okay to play with a real gun, but it's okay for you to play with a toy gun? Or how do you teach them, like, how did our parents teach us? Did they teach us anything, or did we just get it, right? That like, you know, and like my son loves to play with these guns, or he even likes to run around like finger shooting, right? And I know a parent that's like, no, we don't even do the finger shoot thing, right? But there's a part of me that says, well, he needs to understand that, I don't know, like, what are you going to tell your kids? What do you teach your kids? What do you do? Like, as a parent now, did you at one point give your kids toy guns and now don't because of what's been going on? Or have you always been anti-gun? Or are you, you know, a gun supporter who says, you know what, it's an amendment right, and we all should have the right to bear arms, and my kids just need to learn to respect these guns, and I'm going to teach them to respect a gun? I don't know, like I have no idea how to navigate this, and I'm really interested in what your comments are. So if you're out there, I see that I've got some visitors, please chime in with what your thoughts are on how you handle parenting, with the whole gun situation. So like, I don't want to take these toys away from them because they have such fun with them, but at the same time, I don't want them to think that it's funny to shoot a real gun, or to kill a person. They say, ha ha, boom, 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 I killed you. And you're like, okay, that's fun to pretend, but it's not cool. I mean, guns can really kill people, and that's not a cool thing, right? So that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now. And I would love to see what new other parents out there think about that, and what you do about it. Maybe what you did differently before all of these mass school shootings and what you do now. Right? Or like even paintball. We go to paintball, right? We go to laser tag. Like, really, are we supposed to take that away from our kids? Like, I wonder if there's some research out there that says that, playing with toy guns or toy shooting or whatever leads to any kind of violence in that child. I don't know. I'm sure there's probably studies that are going to start going around now, given our current climate. But I'd be interested, and I probably after this Facebook Live, I'm going to go online and take a look and see if there's any research that shows a correlation in any way. I don't know. So, do you give your kids guns? Play guns? Do you not give your kids play guns? Do you teach them how to use a gun? Like, I grew up, my parents they had semi-automatic rifles, and they had rifles, and they had pistols and all that. We hunted. My dad was in the Army, and we knew not to touch the guns unless we were with our parents and we were hunting or whatever. But we never touched my dad's semi-automatic stuff, and we never touched the pistols. But we would go out hunting with those rifles, right? And we learned to respect the gun, and it was just part of our lifestyle. And you think about, there's people like here in North Carolina, we're a gun-toting state. People carry them on their person. People have permits to carry them on their person. You walk into a restaurant or, a store, and they will be posted out there whether or not you can be carrying a gun in that that facility. People carry them, like I said, in their car, and they carry people pack here. They have concealed carry permits. So it's very much a part of our lifestyle. Or you think about the people that live out in, like my sister, she lives out in the West, and they have guns because they live out in the desert. And when you go hiking out in the desert, you could run into a rattlesnake, and you want to be carrying a gun so that you can protect yourself from that rattlesnake, right? I don't know. I mean, I think that guns can be, I don't want to get into the whole gun debate. I don't want to get into should people be able to carry, or should there be semi-automatic rifles? Because y'all know kind of how I feel about that whole thing. But I guess where I'm going with this is that guns are going to be a part of our life, and toy guns are going to be a part of our life. How do we teach our children to be responsible about that? I'm struggling with that, as my kids are, they love playing with their toys that yeah, you get it, right? So chime in, let me know what your thoughts are, what you do, because maybe you could give me some helpful advice as to how I can handle this. Because like I said, right now, all I'm trying to do is explain to my kids that, it's okay for you to play with your plastic guns and stuff, but it's really not funny to kill people or even pretend to kill people. And that's not even really funny, because guns are really serious and they hurt and kill people, right? Do our kids even understand what that means? Like, what it means to kill a person and what it means to die? I don't know. Elise, I hope that you have some good words of wisdom for me, because I'm kind of struggling with this right now. And she's a mom of a bunch of boys, so she's probably going to be, encountering this as well. But you know what? Like I said, I don't think it's just a boy thing. I think it's a girl thing too, because my daughter plays with these toys, right? Anyway, so that's my thought for the day. So I don't mean to be doom and gloom, because it's not doom and gloom. It's just something that we need to think about a little bit extra hard as moms and dads now, because it's such a part of our life every day. So chime in with a heart or a like, share this with your friends, send me some advice, because this is what I'm struggling with today, amongst a million other things. Hot Mess Mama, signing out. Have a great Monday, guys.